What's going on YouTube? WhiteKanye the Great here with another edited video. Today's TWAB dropped some very interesting info. Now a lot of people are concentrating on the nerf to Omni Oculus and the buff to Lord of Wolves. That's right, I said it, a buff, not a nerf. We can go over that in another video. However, in today's video, I'm going to show you all the top exotics that will be getting full auto next season through a setting, because full auto to these exotics are going to make them from very good to extremely meta. Hear me out on this, guys. I mean, there's some exotics that their exotic perk is going full auto, right? So now we're just giving it intrinsically through a setting to these exotics. So I'm going to show you guys the kinetic top exotics to get full auto next season. Then we're going to go over the top energy weapons that are going to be going full auto. So Vigilance Wing already has full auto with its catalyst, but if you don't have the catalyst, this will definitely help. But first and foremost, we're going over to the Crimson meta, my boy. This bitch right here about to go bang next season. I tell you what, especially if you have the catalyst. This catalyst right here is going to give you more range. It's going to make it more sticky, and it's already one of the best weapons in the game, especially for controller players. But it does refund ammo every time you get a kill, gives you health back on every single kill. It's deadly, and like I said, very sticky. It's a 3-round burst, very easy to get kills. It's user friendly. However, it's not full auto. Next season, if you do have the ability to go into your settings and make this a full auto, I tell you what, it's going to go from a very good weapon to a very meta weapon. All right. And if you guys didn't know, with Radiant, this goes from a 3-tap to a 2-tap if you get all headshots, just so you know. All right. So the next gun that I want to go over for next season, these 180s had a slight blow up, aka a glow up, but the Malfeasion still felt it fell short in my opinion. It's good, but I mean, you have to get 5 shots to get this explosion, and that kill time is just so slow and blah 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 blah. However, have you ever seen anyone with a legendary 180 without a full auto mod? No. So this 180 will now be able to go full auto, and I think it's going to take it to that next step, and I think Malfeasion's is going to be a lot more popular next season. And if you combine it with Radiant and you know, whatever Arc has, who knows, maybe Arc's going to have some really crazy damage buffs, which I'm assuming they will. We all know Arc's going to come out very hot next season. In fact, I want to know what class you guys are going to be rocking next season in Arc, mostly, and what you're most excited for. What Guardian are you going to start out with, and what exotics are you going to be testing out? Let me know in the comments down below. But yes, I think Malfeasion's is going to do fantastic next season. All right, on to the next one. The Outbreak Perfected, guys. This gun already is amazing, but with full auto, this is going to slap next season. The nanites do get a damage buff from Radiant as well, and I'm assuming when Arc has its damage buffs, it will also be very helpful. So but again, with full auto, it already has so much range and stability. Now you're not going to have to be pulling that trigger and potentially mess up your aim. And it doesn't sound like much, guys, but this is a game where we're measuring like very small percentages. Okay, so going full auto is just intrinsically better. All right, now on to the next one. The Cryostasia is going to be an interesting one, as if it can fire full auto normally, that would be a help, but how would you activate the freeze? Because after you long press, it swaps the firing modes so that you can freeze somebody, but then you have to charge the shot and hold down your R2 button or your left mouse pad. So that being said, how are they going to get around that? And there's another gun I want to talk about in the energy slot, and some of you already might know what it is, but we're going to wait until we get there. But yes, this one can benefit, but we're going to see how they implement it. All right, so this gun right here, Dead Man's Tail. Yes, guys, Dead Man's Tail is going to be deadly next season. It did get some tweaks, guys. Cranial Spike is no longer going to be adding damage. Now it's going to be adding stacks of range, stability, reload speed, and handling, which it could be really good, but it's also giving you more rate of fire. Okay, so your rounds per minute are going to be going up to, I believe it's like 180, so it's adding 50 or 60, yeah, different rounds per minute to it. So it could be a buff, it could be a nerf. We're not really going to know until next season, but I will tell you this, that firing full auto is going to be a lot better with hip firing and looking down the sights with the dead man's tail. Regardless, it's going to be a much easier weapon to use than it already is. All right, so guys, you think I'm done with the kinetics? I'm not. There's still one kinetic in here that I haven't gone over that's going to be probably the most meta. You ready? Jade Rabbit. Some of you already knew, but with the stability on this is going to be an absolute laser beam. And I tell you what, guys, it's already pretty much the meta right now, okay? However, you do have to fire it with your trigger pulls. This will increase the ease of use, and it's not necessarily going to increase your kill time. However, could you argue with me that you're firing, you know, the triggers as fast as you can, like a full auto can, every single time, 100% of the time, like just holding it down with full auto? You couldn't tell me that 100% of the time you're as fast as basically the fastest it possibly can fire by just holding it down, meaning your overall experience with it will get more kills. Trust me on that, and this is going to be outrageous next season. All right, so we've gone over all the kinetics, guys. Let's go ahead and go over the energy weapons. All right, so first off, we have the Sunshot, aka the Sun Shit. This is not quite a 140 or a 180, so I don't know how it's going to perform with full auto, but it could be really good. It could be really trash, but it's already one of the best guns in the game. But if you have the catalyst, it makes it even better. So again, make sure you get the catalyst for this bad boy and give it a shot when ARC 3.0 drops and the new season drops. All right, the Polaris Lance, guys. This one right here, another scout rifle, which they got the glow up this season. So again, this one with full auto is going to be a lot easier to use. So keep an eye out for this. If you can get the catalyst for it to get Dragonfly, it's just going to make it even more explosive of a weapon to use. All right, on to the next one, guys. This is going to be the same as before, the Devil's Ruin, right? As I said before, with the Cryostasia 77, you have to hold it down to freeze guardians or, combatants. Now this, you have to hold down to get the laser to fire. So if you can get the regular firing mode to go full auto and still be able to fire the laser, I think the Devil's Ruin is going to be a lot more popular. But I can't wait to see how Bungie implements these changes through the settings. Again, this is going to be a setting mod, guys. We don't have to, go get a mod from 8 to 1 or any of that. We just go into our settings and make these exotics full auto next season, and I'm so excited. And if you're watching this video when the season drops, what are you doing? Go make these full auto and let me know in the comment. Does it work? What's going on here? You're in the future. I'm making this, weeks before the season even drops. All right, on to the next one, guys. So, what is next on the full auto? Well, guys, it can be the Trespasser. This one could be a benefit from full auto, but I will say that some people will like the burst effect and the control that they have, especially with how the exotic perk works. Reloading after defeating a target causes the next burst to be a longer, more powerful super burst. So you kind of want to be a little bit more precise with that powerful burst. But again, it could be very, very powerful, even with full auto. So again, another weapon that we'll have to see and find out next season. All right, guys. So another weapon that's going to really benefit, I think, this is getting a whole rework. If you guys read the TWAB, which I know you guys didn't, I did. This will be a lot easier to activate. I still think it's going to be trash in PvP. I really do. But I hope it's not. Okay, I really want this to be just as good, if not better, than the Vex Mythoclast. Oh, man, I want this to be... I really want this to be good. But through the changes that they're making, I don't see it being that much better. But what I do see is full auto helping it out. Now, again, is this going to be night and day different on all these guns? No. Is it going to be a massive buff? No. But it is going to be a lot easier to use. Land those headshots, land those crits. It is going to be a lot easier to get kills next season when your exotics fire full auto, when originally they didn't. Remember what I said, a lot of these exotics like Bad Juju and Vigilance Wing, No Time to Explain, these all have full auto on their, you know, exotic traits. So now the fact that all of these are getting full auto, well, it's gonna step it in the right direction, guys. So if you guys agree or disagree, let me know in the comments. Do you guys think these are gonna be full on meta next season, or do you think that I'm just full of shit and all these full auto mods aren't gonna make a single difference to most people? Let me know in the comments. I love you all. Hit the like button, sub button, join button, and notifications on always, and I will see you in the next one. Chalet way.